Hello everyone and welcome to my GH Metru official channel. Two people shot Cyrus. Did several bullets fire at the same time? According to General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus Renault could be shot by two persons as several bullets go off at a crucial time. Will it take a team effort to defeat Cyrus in the end? There are 2 or possibly 3 gunshots heard at the conclusion of GH's promo video for the week of February 17th to 21st. But there's no assurance that the same individual will fire every shot. When Cyrus returns to his hiding place and discovers Jocelyn Jack snooping, the poster depicts him cornering her. Jocelyn might easily shoot Cyrus in self-defense if she starts to fear for her life because she has Dex Heller's firearm. That corresponds with Jocelyn's 2025 preview information because we know she will make a decision that will alter her life forever. Once she's stuck and unable to escape, Jocelyn might shoot Cyrus. Naturally, since Jocelyn still wants Cyrus to pay for pursuing Dex, retaliation might play a role. Depending on the situation, it could be a mix of self-preservation and retribution. In any event, Jocelyn could squeeze the trigger just as someone else steps up and fires a few shots of their own. Jason Morgan would have the chance to shoot Cyrus as well if he followed him back to his hiding place. Depending on the outcome, Alexis Davis may be an additional choice. Despite Alexis's best efforts to control her own vengeful impulses, the temptation to exact revenge for Sam McCall's death might grow too strong. This is particularly relevant given that Cyrus continues to target victims and won't stop until someone forces him to. Given all of that and the fact that Jocelyn was in distress, we could accept Alexis shooting Cyrus. Another possibility is that Jack Brennan saves Jocelyn after putting her in danger. Since Brennan provided Cyrus' address, he is the one who brought Jocelyn into this predicament. May he be the one to rescue her? In any case, this might end up being a scenario in which Jocelyn takes the initial shot and someone else kills Cyrus with a second or third. Fans of GH have been wondering who would defeat Cyrus, but might it ultimately be more than one person? According to General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus may be in for some bleak news soon, so we'll keep you updated on any shocking developments and offer our predictions for his future. Brad's jealousy erupts as Liz panics over Cyrus' visit. According to Tuesday, February 18th, General Hospital spoilers indicate that Brad Cooper will become envious, while Elizabeth Baldwin will become anxious over Cyrus Renault's arrival. As Tuesday's action intensifies, there will also be some surprises at the Savoy. Curtis Ashford might have some Valentine's Day pranks up his sleeve because, first of all, Portia Robinson will try to get a hint about his plans. There will be some surprises on Trina Robinson's night with Kai Taylor, probably including her revelation that her father owns the Savoy. Harrison Chase will attempt to entice Brooke Lynn Quartermaine to join him in the shower, but things might not work out as planned. Chase will finally make a spectacular Valentine's Day gesture, though. After Chase swoons over her, Brooke Lynn will feel even more guilty about the secrets she's concealing, so she might decide to update him on her adoptive child shortly. Lucas Jones will see that Brad is lonely and approach him for a conversation back at the Savoy. Nevertheless, Maxie Jones's efforts to arrange a romantic evening may have dashed Brad's hopes. Maxie intends to arrange for Lucas to go on a date with a gorgeous model who works at Deception. Brad appears to have a front-row ticket to Maxie pushing Lucas and his new partner together out of jealousy. Given that Charlie Besso will be making his debut as Tobias, we should also discuss Aiden Weber's boyfriend. On Tuesday's GH episode, Aiden will present Elizabeth and Lucky Spencer to Tobias. Cyrus will then prepare to hit Liz with that syringe laden with digitalis. Elizabeth will recognize that danger has arrived at her door once Cyrus gets there. Liz might be saved by Lucky, but will Cyrus poke fun at him in the upcoming episodes? Anna Devane will make another appeal to Jason Morgan in the interim, hoping to stop him from acting independently. Jason might still pursue Cyrus after his PCPD release, even though Anna promised to take him down legally. Given that Jocelyn Jax will be exposed by Cyrus in his hideout later this week, that may be excellent news for her. Is Jason going to save Jocelyn? That is a possibility to think about, but Jack Brennan might step in if he recognizes that he has put Jocelyn in danger. In any event, when he surprises Carly Spencer with flowers, they will both enjoy the quiet before the storm. Brennan will have another chance to engage in flirtation and strengthen his bond with Carly. Carly doesn't know all of Brennan's secrets, but she will like knowing some of them. Carly would be incensed if she knew that Brennan was giving Jocelyn information on Cyrus. When the truth is revealed, Carly might aggressively oppose Brennan's apparent attempt to enlist Jocelyn for the WSB. Until then, Dante Falconeri will provide her some support while Lulu Spencer will criticize herself for being a horrible mother. Dante might believe that Lulu should be lenient with herself because it's evident that she woke up to some chaotic conditions. According to General Hospital spoilers, Lulu may worry that more problems are on the horizon, while Dante may make some predictions about better days to come. Is it Michael or Drew who is the father of Willow's unborn child? Even before she quit having affairs with her husband, Michael Corinthos, Willow Corinthos pursued her relationship with Drew Quartermain, according to General Hospital spoilers, and they had a sexual relationship. In a shocking turn of events, Willow might discover she is pregnant, but a few months later than she had anticipated. The issue of paternity will then arise. Who is the real father of Willow's most recent child? Michael or Drew? Willow Corinthos will be tormented by uncertainty. Willow might argue over whether or not to inform Drew of her pregnancy, particularly if she is unsure if he is the biological father. If she discovers that Drew was having an affair with her mother, Nina Reeves, while he was pursuing her, she would not want to inform him. If that were true, she would claim the child as Michael's. Willow would like to know for herself by getting a paternity test. If she discovered the truth about Nina and Drew, though, would she keep it a secret if Drew was the father? What if, however, she is still unaware of Nina and Drew's tryst? She would like to raise the child with Drew, but she would wait to tell him until she was certain of the father's identity. Any of these situations could happen. Will Nina Reeves change the results of Willow Corinthos' paternity test? Willow will visit General Hospital to get a paternity test performed in order to find out who her child's father is. Whether Willow is aware of Nina's personal sexual involvement with Drew or not, Nina will be terrified that the child is Drew's and will want the paternity test manipulated to keep Willow away from Drew. She is aware that Drew is bad for Willow and that if it turns out that Drew is the father, he would use the child to manipulate her. Nina will ensure that the findings indicate that Michael is the baby's biological father, which is the best outcome for all parties. Nina would believe that she would be doing what is best for Willow and that it is morally correct to withhold the truth from her. Eventually, the truth will be revealed. Willow will keep cutting off contact with Drew after discovering through the manipulated results that Michael is the father of her child. Drew wants to raise the child with Willow, thus he will pursue her, despite his refusal to accept Michael as the father. Nina will need to watch Drew closely and ensure that he never finds out that he is the real father of Willow's child. Michael will be just as shocked by the arrival of a new child that he thinks is his own as he will be by his impending return to the canvas. However, Drew's unrelenting pursuit might end up being Nina's undoing. When the truth is eventually revealed, what will happen to Nina? What difficulties will Sasha have bringing up Michael's child by herself? When Michael Corinthos was briefly removed from sedation, Sasha Gilmore Corbin understood why he was calling for her, according to General Hospital spoilers. He wanted to talk about his child, the one she is carrying. Michael is aware that he might not make it through this trauma, and he probably doesn't want his child to grow up unaware of his feelings or not receiving the same level of care that he or she would receive if Michael were around. He might have missed the chance to change the conditions of their contract, which means Sasha will have to bear the weight of his accident's consequences far longer than he will. Michael is currently en route to Germany for medical treatment, which may keep him away from Port Charles for a lot longer than Sasha's pregnancy. When Michael is worlds away, how will it look for Sasha and the child? The divorce has been put on hold. Sasha might have been more willing to come clean about her child's paternity if Michael had passed away. However, it might have made her even more silent out of concern that she might lose her child to the Quartermains or be compelled to let them in on the child's life if Michael didn't act as a mediator between her and them. However, Michael's divorce will be delayed as long as he is receiving medical treatment in Germany. Therefore, any material that surfaces accusing Michael of adultery could hurt his prospects of obtaining custody or leveraging Willow's affair against her throughout the legal process. While Michael is away, which might be a long time longer than she is pregnant, Sasha will have to remain silent until he can find a solution to this issue. Sasha never wanted Michael to be involved in the gossip. Naturally, Sasha shouldn't be overly upset about Michael leaving. She may feel reassured that they will have time to talk later because he has made it thus far. She has time, and he shouldn't be making expectations of people right now. However, as they had already worked out all the specifics, she is unable to envision what Michael would want to talk about with her. As long as she remained in Port Charles, Michael consented to her request that he not be involved at all. But after confronting the possibility that Michael might not have survived this, might he have changed his mind, and could she have altered hers as well? Second thoughts start to appear. Previously, it appeared to be the ideal method for maintaining order and cleanliness. The fact that Michael stepped out on his wife when he was pursuing her for cheating on him wouldn't work against him, and if he wanted to keep his marriage intact, he could keep the baby's paternity a secret. Even if the circumstances were completely different, this is nonetheless an example of hypocrisy. Will Sasha feel free to inform his family on his behalf, without his consent, if she decides to change her mind? Sasha's secret researches. Renowned for her tenacity and will, Sasha Gilmore just started a covert investigation to learn the truth about the mysterious private investigator Elaine. After a chance meeting outside of Bobby's business, where she saw Elaine with her dog, Mavis, she became intrigued. Sasha received important information from Felicia Scorpio, who disclosed that Elaine was known for being a private investigator who enjoyed snooping on well-known Port Charles citizens. This insight prompted Sasha to take action and investigate Elaine's actions further. Sasha found a secret meeting between Martin and Elaine during her research, when they talked about attempts to obtain damning information about Michael Corinthos. Given her intimate relationship with Michael and the possible consequences of such knowledge getting into the wrong hands, Sasha was alarmed by this finding. Sasha faced Elaine in the park because she was determined to keep her loved ones safe. But when Mavis's leash slipped out of Sasha's hands, the encounter took a dramatic turn. It resulted in a wild chase that finished with a car screeching to a stop and Elaine's shrill scream reverberating throughout the park. Sasha was rattled by the experience and became aware of the seriousness of her behavior as well as the risks associated with her amateur detective work. The new target for Cyrus. At the same time, the infamous Cyrus Renault has been planning his next move in Port Charles's shadows. Elizabeth Baldwin is Cyrus's latest target, following a string of run-ins and calculated interrogations. His obsession with Elizabeth is a result of her steadfast dedication to exposing the truth about his illegal actions, which seriously jeopardizes his meticulously crafted facade. Viewers were on edge when Cyrus's plans to kill Elizabeth were lightly alluded to in the February 12th episode, revealing his evil goal. By questioning Cyrus's power at General Hospital, Elizabeth, a committed nurse with a high moral compass, has unintentionally put herself in his crosshairs. Her attempts to reveal his corrupt activities have not gone undetected, and Cyrus, who is prone to retaliation, is not likely to tolerate such disobedience. As Elizabeth continues to focus on her goal of protecting the hospital and its patients from Cyrus's corruption, oblivious to the impending danger, the tension grows. Connected fate. Despite their differences, Sasha and Elizabeth's paths are coming together to face a common enemy. Sasha is in a vulnerable position because of her unintentional involvement with Elaine's inquiry into Michael, particularly if Cyrus learns anything negative. The stakes are further raised by Elizabeth's outspoken opposition to Cyrus's schemes inside the hospital, which traps both women in a web of peril and deceit. The people of Port Charles must be on guard as Cyrus systematically implements his objectives. His actions could have disastrous consequences for the town as a whole as well as for Sasha and Elizabeth. The delicate balance of power in the town is at stake, alliances will be put to the test, and secrets might be revealed. Carly's increasing doubt. A mainstay in Port Charles, Carly Corinthos has long been renowned for her astute intuition and protective demeanor, particularly with regard to her family and close friends. Subtle contradictions and unexplained events have recently aroused her interest and made her think that things are not as they seem. There are concerns about possible betrayals inside her trusted circle because of the evasiveness with which she has interacted with some people and the apparent leakage of private information. Carly sets out on a covert investigation, closely monitoring those around her and piecing together seemingly unrelated facts because she is determined to get the truth. Her unwavering quest for the truth demonstrates her dedication to safeguarding her loved ones and upholding Port Charles's precarious power structure. The unexpected shock of Jason. Known for his unflinching loyalty and stern manner, Jason Morgan is not used to being taken by surprise. But recent events have dealt him a blow that has left him in shock. Jason's perceptions and strategic plans have been put to the test by long-held secrets and surprising decisions from trusted allies. He is forced by this unexpected upheaval to reconsider his partnerships and the basic tenets of his business. In order to protect his interests and that of his loved ones, Jason must reorient his tactics and negotiate the perilous seas of deceit as he deals with these disclosures. In addition to having an immediate effect on Jason, these revelations have significant ramifications for Port Charles's power structure. The incessant nightmares of Willow. Resilient and compassionate Willow Tate is caught up in a vicious loop of upsetting nightmares that make it difficult to distinguish between fact and delusion. These nighttime visions are not only a product of her imagination, rather, they have their origins in unresolved conflicts and prior traumas. Her mental and emotional health has started to suffer as a result of the severity and regularity of these nightmares, which has an impact on her everyday interactions and decision-making. Willow looks to professionals and trusted confidants for advice in her search for comfort in the hopes of discovering the root causes of her suffering. She has to face things she has long wished to ignore and buried memories on her path to recovery, which is full of obstacles. Willow's battle is a moving reminder of how deeply past experiences can affect a person's current mental health. The imminent danger to Cyrus. Overhanging Port Charles is Cyrus Renault, a name that connotes peril and deceit. He has established himself as a dangerous foe thanks to his well-thought-out actions and strategic partnerships. According to recent intelligence, Cyrus is planning a sequence of actions aimed at upending the status quo and extending his power. His willingness to attack creates a general feeling of anxiety among the locals, who prepare for the consequences of his schemes. Now, the leaders and guardians of the village must work together, putting aside their differences, to foil Cyrus's plans. Given the gravity of the situation, prompt and decisive action is required to foil his schemes and bring some sort of calm back to Port Charles. In the face of a shared foe, the impending threat acts as a catalyst, forcing people to reconsider their allegiances and values. Port Charles's interwoven fates. Carly, Jason, Willow, and Cyrus all have deeply entwined lives, and the community is affected by the things that each of them does. Carly's concerns might lead to information that strengthens or weakens current partnerships. Jason's shock forces him to re-evaluate his tactics, which could change the power dynamics. While Cyrus's impending threat acts as a unifying factor, forcing the community to face a common enemy, Willow's personal struggles demonstrate the tremendous influence of past traumas on current circumstances. The people of Port Charles are reminded of the delicate balance that governs their lives as these stories develop. The combination of individual hardships and outside dangers highlights the human spirit's tenacity and the lasting strength of solidarity in the face of hardship. You might find the following video instructive for a visual summary and additional information on these developments.